Now, how did you connect with Ice Cube and Mac 10? Did you have a prior relationship with them? Did you know them, or did you meet them when y'all did that record, or how was it?
Um, of course, we all knew of each other, especially after I did Burn. Burn was shit. That was a West Coast anthem, pretty much here. So with that underground success, that of course helped me get up another ladder where there were, people talking about me. I had meetings with Dr. Dre, I had meetings with Ice Cube prior to You Can Do It. And me, I'm just talented, going into meetings and, playing our music with Q was pretty much fun. Me and Tan had an album that we're working on now because we never dropped our duo album. So we playing music for Cube, and we going back and forth. He getting pumped because he started playing his music. Then he be like, "Y'all got another one?" Then we had another one because we do a lot of music and we bring it to you live while we playing the music. We rapping our shit. We showing them the business. So, I pretty much had a buzz. And then I was performing with the Road Dogs, RIP to BR, in San Francisco. And when I got back from that trip, I got a call from K Mac, and he's from a group called the Comrades. And he worked with Cube, and he's also in Friday After Next. And so he worked with Cube as far as music and acting. And he called me and was like, Cube, can you come and do a hook for Cube? And I'm like, where y'all at? He like, the studio. And I'm like, so I'm like, come get me. You know what I mean? I'm telling them to come get me because I'm down to go do a song or a hook with Cube. That's cool. But before that, I'm glad that we met prior to that because he kind of knew my work ethic. He heard my music. He heard, you know what I'm saying? He saw me personally. So when I got in the studio, I was like, okay, Q, what you need me to do? And he was just like, this song going back and forth. I do my part. You do this part. So I go in the booth and I knock it down. You know what I'm saying? I leave the studio just confident that's going to be a great song, whatever he's going to do with it. And then a couple of weeks later, I found out that was his single. So, hard work. I got a cold work ethic. I will work under any circumstances to get something done. At this point, I'm about to be 50. I don't take no shit though now. It's like I'm not doing stuff that don't make sense, that don't make me money. I'm not wasting my time. And if you waste my time, you're gonna know you wasted my time and you can't do it again.
Right. I appreciate you sharing that classic studio session. Man, you said a lot, but like you say, once somebody wastes your time one time, like you say, fool me once, fool me twice, shame on me. Let me see. Okay, now my question is this: you were a part of the Up in Smoke tour.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you talk about that a little bit? Because that's like the greatest hip hop tour ever.
I think so too. I believe that is the best, if not, one of the best concert tours that have great new and classic artists involved because I pretty much was a new artist on the Up in Smoke tour. And people didn't really realize it was a classic until maybe 10 years later. Then the Up in Smoke got on YouTube, and then you had to pay to see my part on YouTube. And I was like, hey, this is kind of different. There's some other stuff on here that you could just watch, but how come you got to pay for this part? And, I realized that it was a classic, but me, I'm such a humble person. I think my community never thought that I was famous for a while or never, because they asked me, was I still doing music? And that song was on the radio every day. So I knew that I had work to do. I knew that it wasn't as easy, even though everything sounded like it was a breeze doing this song, getting on this song, even having my record deal with Universal. I didn't have the right management. So, I put myself in a position where it took me 10 steps back. After I was done with Universal, it took me 10 steps forward again because now I was the owner of everything. So things happen for a reason. And I appreciate every little thing that happened, good and bad.
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's amazing. I mean, you could just imagine a person saying, "Yeah, I went to the Up and Smoke tour." That one time in a city, they will remember that forever. But for
Only
you to
thing
even
on the tour, you know what I'm saying? Went different places, where I saw my loved ones in the audience, and they were just tripping because now they was like, wait a minute, that's Toy. People from school, and they was just like, oh, I know I didn't see Toy. Even when they just heard my voice on BMF, you know what I'm saying? People was like, that's not her. And my auntie, she know my voice. Mr. Tan know my voice. They called me both and said, they told me that wasn't you. And I was like, she. So shout out to my loved ones that know my unique voice anytime y'all hear it.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because that's who I do it for, my loved ones. So, to have them proud of you, that's definitely an accomplishment for sure.